Just noodle around, so I've been noodling. Thank you for appreciating my noodles. They're coming.
I'll doodle now.
I noodle, she noodles. That's the difference.
Oh.
Well, good morning, Unity of the Valley. Good morning, world. Why don't we say that together? Good morning, world. Together, good morning, world. And I have a feeling that there are other beautiful beings on many worlds beyond this. So why don't we say good morning, universe? Ready? Good morning, universe. Now just listen in your heart, and maybe there is a good morning universe coming back to us from somewhere else. Feel it in your heart right now. Yeah, I can see this little being on a planet somewhere sending us a good morning universe right now, sitting by a stream, eating their green noodles. Their love is coming to us, and we're sending it right back to all beings, feeling that enfolding spirit. And just letting it fill us, letting it fill us. May we be filled with loving kindness. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well. May I be peaceful and at ease. May I be happy. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well. May I be peaceful and at ease. May I be happy. May I be filled. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well. May I be well. May I be peaceful and at ease. May I be happy. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well. May I be well. May I be peaceful and at ease. May I be happy. Send it out. May you be well. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be well. May you be peaceful and at ease. May you be happy. May all be filled. May all be filled with loving kindness. May all be well. May all be well. May all be peaceful and at ease. May all be happy. May all be happy. May all be happy.
to bless these beautiful children and all the children in the universe. So if you'll repeat after me, we love you.
We love you.
We bless you.
We bless you.
And we behold that divine spark within you.
And we behold that divine spark within you.
Thank you so much.
Blessing. Let us continue in that prayerful space as we invite Barb up to light the candle. Barb has been coming here for a while, so we invite her to say a few words.
I'm not nervous. Can you all hear me? I just wanted to say thank you, Unity, for being you. I'm grateful to be alive.
We love you, Barb.
And with that light of the candle and that light in your heart, I invite you to close your eyes and start the journey inward to the altar of your heart, invoking Spirit into your awareness. Spirit always there to guide us, to be with us. So let us join together in a healing prayer, a prayer of comfort for all those who've received a diagnosis recently or lost a loved one, and all those around the world affected by the wars. Healing prayers will take many different forms at different times to address all the needs of a lifetime, be they physical, mental, emotional, or spiritual. So we turn within to align ourselves with the divine healing power that is always available to us. We affirm in prayer that we are being healed at this moment in whatever way is needed. And we can be healed even when we are not aware of the issue. That healing light within you is always active. And for that we are grateful. And so it is. Amen. And I also want to add a note of celebration. Ananda is celebrating her birthday today, and we want to honor her for the effort she is bringing forth to bring attention to the monks that have walked across the United States and are continuing their walk, and Ananda will be part of that effort to support that walk. So if you have any questions, she'll probably be happy to answer them after the service. Okay, it is Prayer Sunday. And Bonnie, would you like to join me up here? Probably near you, you will see a prayer shawl. Some of you will, anyway, there are about 20 of them scattered throughout the sanctuary. So we bless all the prayer shawls and all the prayer shawl makers. And we know that the love that was built into these beautiful prayer shawls will radiate and bless and bring comfort to all those who receive them.
Tags.
Yes, and this is one that Bonnie made, in fact. Yes. So prayer shawls, there is no charge. However, if you would like to make a contribution, it would be happily accepted. Also, on each prayer shawl, you will see a little tag, kind of a buff-colored tag. Please, when you choose a prayer shawl, let us have that tag because Bonnie keeps track. She keeps the log. She is our champion. And we have how many?
865 given away.
And that's just those that we have a record of. Sometimes loving hands choose one and forget to give us a tag, so we're not exactly sure, but that's close enough.
Right.
Thank you, Bonnie. And our prayer ministry has many facets. For instance, there are little prayer shawls. I'm looking at the prayer box right there diagonally across the hall, a little brown, beautiful carved prayer box. You can put your prayer request cards in that box, and next to it is a little basket of pocket prayer shawls, a miniature size of what Bonnie just showed you. So in any event, if you take a large prayer shawl, please give that tag to either Bonnie or me so that we can track it. In your bulletin that you received today for May, towards the back, there is a page that spells out some of the other aspects of our prayer ministry that you can avail yourself of. So I hope you do. And without further ado, I do believe somebody's hiding in the wings. Who might that be?
Yeah, that's my favorite one. Oh. That's pretty fitting, I think. Hi. Oh, it's so great to see so many here. I wasn't sure with the marathon going. I'm glad people made it and got around with the traffic. Welcome to you here in our congregation, and welcome to everyone watching on our live stream. First one, as always, please check your cell phones and make sure they're on silent mode. You can turn them off or mute them so they don't ring during the service, please. And please be sure to check out your handout for other events and recurring activities this week. For the rest of the month, see our May bulletin. There are some on the stands by the entrances, and you can always check out our stuff at our website. All righty, let's see. But because there's a lot more going on that I'm going to mention right now. Today, soup in the fellowship hall after the service. If you're able to bring soup on a Sunday, please sign up in the fellowship hall. It makes a difference. If you're new, there's a table out there with sign-up forms out where we eat, so you can sign up for things like that. Monday, prayer, the game changer with Reverend Inga Tarantola from 1:30 to 3:30 p.m. This 4-week class is an opportunity to take a look at how you pray now, learn steps to affirmative prayer, and create a daily spiritual practice. That sounds great, Inga. And you can sign up out in the fellowship hall. Tuesday, try not to go too fast here. The Behind the Lens seminar movie is Pickpocket, and I had some notes. It didn't happen here. All right, anyway. Oh, do you have it, Paul? How'd you end up with that, Paul? Anyway, that's our Tuesday movie, and you'll learn a lot more about it if you come and see it. It's followed by a Q&A session. It's $30 for the series, and that's a really good deal, or it's $5 each movie. Paul, did you want to add anything, or do you know anything about it?
It's a movie about a pickpocket.
We get pretty deep here. Okay. Saturday, 11 a.m., a joyful celebration of life of Kirsty Louisette Batchelor Smith. Join us in celebrating her memory and spirit. There'll be a reception to follow. All right, next Sunday, our May theme of the Sacred Web, Weaving a Life-Affirming World, starts off with a message of one breath, one heart with Reverend Sherry Lady. That's going to be great. After the service, next week, Potluck Sunday, first Sunday potluck. Bring a main dish or salad and invite your friends and family. Unity will provide coffee, tea, and dessert. And it says here our teens are going to share about their camp experience. I don't see any teens. Guess that's not happening. So that's all I have.
Thank you, Donovan. Okay, we'll hear from those teens in the future, I'm sure. I know they had an incredible time. Please rise and join us in singing another Ricky Byers song called Holy, Holy Way.
I also want to welcome any newcomers who are here with us for the very first time. We have a welcome packet for you, and the ushers can bring you one, or they are available at the doors. So welcome, we love you, we bless you, and we are so glad you are here with us today.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me know that love is all around me.
Let me know that love is all around me.
Oh, let me know that love is all around me.
Let me know that love is all around me.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Let me live in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me learn from all the ways I've fallen.
Let me learn from all the ways I fall.
Oh, let me know that love can heal us all.
Let me know that love can heal us all.
Oh, let me know that love can heal us all.
Let me know that love can heal us all.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way.
Let me serve in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way.
Let me serve in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me share the good that's overflowing.
Let me share the good that's overflowing.
And let me care for those around the world.
Let me care for those around the world.
Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way.
holy, holy way.
Let me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
Let me love
In a holy, holy way.
One more time.
I kind of like doing the meditation at the end of my talk, so we're going to do that, and we're going to move right into our first special music with Haley Loren. What a gift.
This is also a meditation, so it works out.
Rolling river God, little stones are smooth, only once the water passes through. So I am a stone, rough and grainy still, trying to reconcile this river's chill. And when I close my eyes and feel you I know that time brings change, and change takes time. But when the sunset comes, my prayer would be this one, that you might pick me up and notice that I am just a little smoother in your hand. Sometimes raging wild, and sometimes swollen high, but never have I known this river dry. The deepest part of you is where I long to stay, and to feel the sharpest edges wash away. And when I close my eyes and feel you rushing by, I know that time brings change, that change takes time. But when the sunset comes, my prayer would be just one, that you might pick me up and notice that I am just a little smoother in your hand, rolling river God. Little stones are smooth, only once the water passes through.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's lovely to be back with you. Thank you.
Sometimes, you know, you have an idea for a talk and then like the universe aligns to prove all the points you were trying to make in your talk. And today has been one of those days and it's coming out beautifully, I think. Thank you, Haley. Oh, wow. So let's take just a minute or a second here to check in with each other. I know it doesn't matter what I've been through. I'm full of joy when I'm here looking at your beautiful faces. You fill my heart with love and you light up my soul. But if I go down deeper and I look at all the layers of how I'm feeling, I know I'm also going through grief and total, utter, profound mental exhaustion right now. So I know that some of those less than rosy feelings are there, and that's okay. And I'm wondering about you. Like, I'm wondering if you share that same experience. We are happy here, but I think it's probably inevitable that we're feeling a little bit of the weight of the world on our shoulders. Because, I mean, we live out there, right? We don't live at Unity. At least most of us don't. I think Ryan and Gina do. And so we live our lives out in the world. There's a lot going on. We're just bombarded with news of wars and catastrophes and suffering. People are overwhelmed. People are stressed. The whole planet feels like it's stressed. So we come here to this beautiful place. This is like our oasis of joy, our spiritual community that fills our hearts with love. And we focus on those truths with a capital T. And we get our balance back week after week, and we walk out of these doors filled with hope. It's like we come back home to this divine river of source. And it's just wonderful. But then we go back out in the world. Someone cuts us off in traffic, or we just pick up our phone, we look at the news, or we get a diagnosis. And suddenly, it's so easy to find ourselves veering off course, out of that divine flow. So we know we've been learning our spiritual tools. I know we come here week after week, we pay attention, we're putting it into our lives, we're practicing. These are our lifelines to help get us back into that flow. But sometimes, I don't know about you, but for me, the more the problems start to pile up, the more we just turn away from what we know. It's almost like we panic. We hone in on the problems. We cling more tightly to what's wrong, as if by putting all of our attention there, we can fix it. We double down and we grit our teeth and we run ourselves into the ground sometimes, trying to change the outside world. And for some of us, me maybe, it can start to be a race. It's like you're darting from one problem to another, trying to fix this and put out that fire and get this job done. And I catch myself like breathing in a shallow way, and my mind starts to get oversaturated at a certain point. It's like I'm trying to cram in more, but my mind is already full, and the harder I try, the less I get done. And then, of course, you know, all the physiological things start to happen. The stress hormones are released into our system, and our immune system, as a result, is weakened. This is just no good. This is not the way to go. So I kind of have this image in my mind that's been coming back to me lately, a little bit like that picture there. It's like we're in a kayak, and life is this river, and it's an incredibly fast and rich moving river with a very strong current. And sometimes we're desperately not wanting to go with that current. Like we're trying to stay in control. We're grabbing onto the sides with our fingernails, trying with all of our might to hold on. But that current is strong. And doing that fight, it takes everything out of us. So we're fighting a losing battle. How, though? How do we find the courage and the faith to loosen our grip and to let go? I've been having the great pleasure of studying a course online with Reverend Ken Daigle. He's down in Unity of San Francisco. He's amazing. And he wrote this book called Unapologetic Manifestation. And I'm taking that class, and I'm going to teach that class here in September. I hope you'll think about joining me for that. It's nothing short of miraculous for me. And he says in his book, this is a direct quote from him, but I'm going to interrupt his quote with my own little thought. He says, surrender and acceptance are not about giving up, but about releasing resistance to what is. And here's my little aside. That's like the serenity prayer, right? God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Now back to Ken. When we stop fighting against our circumstances and instead embrace them, we're free. We free ourselves to move forward with clarity and with purpose. So this talk today is about living what we know, and by what we know, I'm referring to spiritual truths. But the question is how? How do we live what we know? How do we take those spiritual truths and use them when the going gets really tough? And the image that I said has been coming to my mind is this river and holding on. And it's like once we let go, something magical happens. Perhaps this way to live our truths is not to try harder. It's not about putting out more strength and effort and determination. And it's not about adding to your to-do list. I mean, how many of you guys have a to-do list that goes on infinitely? Yeah. And we're not going to add any more shoulds, like I should be doing this or should be doing that. No, that's not what it's all about. I believe that we live what we know by the opposite. It's really amazing, very ironic, almost hard to understand. We have to loosen our grip. When we stop trying to control this outer world, and when we stop trying to control the people in this outer world, we find our way back to that river of spirit. We let go of the shore, and the whoosh of the water carries us with breathtaking speed sometimes back to our oneness, our true Christ nature. And no longer are we wasting so much of our precious energy on fighting these hopeless battles. We are liberated. Our vision becomes clear, and out of that clarity, we find solutions where before there didn't appear to be any. And with our energy like refreshed and renewed, we ride that wave of sacred consciousness. We're able to accomplish things beyond anything we had even dreamed of before. So I've talked about this once before, but I'm going to ask again. Could I please see a show of hands? How many of you have read H. Emily Cady's book, Lessons in Truth, or at least read part of it? Thank you. I like, you know me, I like to go into history a little bit. So I want to take us back to 1848. This is when this woman was born. So we're talking not very far from the Civil War times. And she was born in upstate rural New York. Now, at that time, living in upstate New York was not easy. You know how cold the winters are there? Her parents were pioneers. And so I think she inherited that pioneer spirit. And she started her career as a socially acceptable woman teaching in a one-room schoolhouse, and that was okay back then. But then a little fire got lit in her heart and her soul, and she did the unthinkable. She decided to do something women just didn't do. She decided to become a doctor. And she left her little town of upstate New York. She left her job teaching in the one-room schoolhouse, and she went to medical school in New York City, of all places. And she began studying homeopathic medicine, and she graduated from the Homeopathic Medical College of the State of New York in 1871. And she started practicing in New York City, and she was a big hit. She was a success. And so while she was practicing medicine, she also dabbled in some writing. And she wrote like these little booklets. And she sent one, like a cold call. She sent one to Myrtle Fillmore. Myrtle Fillmore, not in New York, Myrtle Fillmore over there, in Kansas and Missouri. She gets this booklet and she's amazed. So she hands it to her husband, and he also is totally enraptured with what he's reading. So they contact H. Emily Cady, and they say, will you please write for us? They've never met her, but they commissioned her to start writing on a regular basis. And she was hired, basically, by what was the just new beginning Unity movement. And she started publishing her work once a month in Unity magazine. And I think one of the reasons this happened was she was a doctor, yes, but she was way more than a doctor. She actually sort of fused together the world of healing, and not only physical healing, but psychological, mental, and emotional healing. She fused that with the world of metaphysics. So she cared for her patients as a whole being, not just for their bodies. And that, by merging the idea of medicine and metaphysics, she did become a pioneer, and she also became a pillar of the New Thought movement, and Unity is one of the main branches of the New Thought movement. So H. Emily Cady wrote this book, Lessons in Truth, and I'm going to come back around to our topic, I promise. But here's a little story that I love about H. Emily Cady, because she's like, you would think she's a woman on top of the world, man. She bucked all the trends. She went out there, went to medical school, became a successful doctor in New York City. And she's now a published author. But she was very shy and quiet. She was the perfect example of service leadership. Did you know that's why they call her H. Emily Cady? Her first name is Harriet, but she hid that because she wanted to keep her private life separate from her professional life in the spiritual world. So what she would do after she put in a long day of work of helping people in her doctor's office, she would do acts of kindness at night. And it just is hard to believe that they use words like this, but there were young women who had relations with men that became pregnant before they were married while they were still teenagers. And they were labeled bad girls, and they were put in a home for bad girls. So H. Emily Cady's like, I'm going to go talk to those girls. And she didn't go there. They were hearing from all sides. They were hearing judgment and condemnation. She didn't go there with that at all. Instead, she called them her young sisters or younger sisters, and she gave them words of love and encouragement. Can you imagine what that must have meant to those girls? Like, they were starving for that, and here comes this angel into their presence and giving them these words, seeing the good, seeing the light in them. So that was her job that day. She did that, or after work, she did that. She went home, and she, of course, she prayed at night. So she's in there praying and meditating. And we know this because she wrote a letter about it. She starts to doubt herself. And she started to think, I tried so hard. I really wanted to help, but I don't know if I did any good at all today. And she started crying. So even Emily Cady had these moments of darkness, of doubt, self-doubt, not knowing if she, not seeing the own light within herself. But what she did was she went into meditation and she opened her heart. She cleared out her mind and opened her heart. And then it was like she heard these words in her head. And this is, I'm quoting her directly from this letter. She said, "Quick as a flash, God said unto me, well done, good and faithful servant. Enter thou into the joy of the Lord." And much as to say, "My child, you went forth with love and you tried to do faithfully and unselfishly my work. Now do not waste one moment thinking it over, for I, all unseen by you, have poured the living bread and water through it to my fainting, famishing children. This work is mine, not yours, and it is all well finished by me." So Emily Cady let go and let God, basically, at this time. This book, Lessons in Truth, it's a treasure chest. Now, because it's written in the 1800s, the language takes some getting used to. It's not an easy read. It's like that treasure chest has a lock on it, and you have to unlock it to get to all the jewels inside. But if you can do that, you will find something incredibly beautiful within the pages of that book. It's worth the effort. It's even worth reading it again and again. I know one person, every January 1st, her New Year's Day tradition is to read through that book. It's not a long book. I guess if you read all day, you could read it in one day maybe, but not me maybe, but I don't read that fast, but this lady does. I guess if you're reading it for the 20th time, maybe you could get it done in one day. So finally, now I want to take us back full circle and get back to the how. How do we live our truths that we know? So I'm going to quote from Emily Cady's book, and this quote is kind of ironic, and it's very liberating. In her book, Lessons in Truth, H. Emily Cady says, "Stop reading so many books." She says, if you want to make rapid progress and growth towards spiritual understanding, stop reading many books. They only give someone else's opinions about the truth or a sort of history of the author's experience in seeking truth. What you want is the revelation of truth in your own soul. And that will never come through the reading of many books. Seek light from the spirit of truth within you. Go alone. Think alone. Seek light alone. I will never forget the moment I read that, because I just started ministerial school. I'm like new to this. I would just listen to my teachers in awe, because some of those classes were on Zoom and you could actually interact with them. And it was like fountains of beautiful words came out of their mouth. And I was like, I could never do that, is what I was thinking. And the other fellow students too, it was like this secret language that I didn't have a entrance to yet. I'm getting there, but I remember reading Emily Cady saying, you don't have to study that much. You don't have to read so many books. Go within. And it's not that teachers are bad. I mean, Emily later in the book says, books and lectures are good. Teachers are good. But you must learn for yourself that Christ, the Son of God, lives in you. Now, I just want to remind you, I know that some people here are not comfortable with that language. And so I'm reading from a book in the 1800s. I just want to open it up here to say to us in unity, God is however you know, or however you imagine your higher power to be. And the Son of God is the Christ lives within each of us. And that's what she's talking about here. And she says that lives within you. It's within you, and it is your light and your life and all. And when you have learned to abandon yourself to infinite spirit, and you have seasons of doing this daily, like a little regular practice there, you will be surprised at the marvelous change that will be wrought in you without any conscious effort of your own. To me, this is grace. We don't have to try for it. We don't have to work so hard. We just have to open and receive. So we let go of holding on to the things of the world, and we allow ourselves to be swept into that river of God. And when troubles cross our path, we stay connected to our divine source with its never-ending supply of love and spiritual nourishment. And how do we stay connected? What's the easiest tool? Prayer and meditation. You know, our way shower, Jesus, he was famous for that. He would quite often go off by himself into quiet, remote places where he could pray and be renewed. And we can follow his example. One of my favorite Bible verses is from Matthew 11. Now, this verse is pretty famous. You probably heard it because it's the lyrics to one of the arias from Handel's Messiah. And whenever I read these words, I hear that melody in my head. It's come unto me. Come unto me, he's saying, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and ye shall find rest unto your souls. And there's another Bible verse I'll just quote really quickly here. It's from the teacher I don't think we hardly ever talk about him in Unity because he's a little problematic at times, and that's the Apostle Paul. And one day we'll talk more about that. I've been learning ways to appreciate Paul. And I don't mean that, Paul. I always appreciate that, Paul. He's my hero. But in Romans, Paul says, this is short, and it's like profound. Once I was given a homework assignment to do a reflection on this verse, and I first was like, really? I got to write a whole paper about this verse? But the more I thought about it, the more I grew to appreciate it. And that verse is, and do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. They were doing what we're doing here way back then. And I know, if you're anything like me, I'm like, I don't have time for that. I can't stop and meditate. I'll never get this done or that done. But I'm finding that if I do stop and meditate, even if it's just for a few minutes, it's like I clear all the gunk out of my mind and I reach a state of rest and peacefulness. And in that state of quiet, fresh ideas and guidance comes to me. And then when I'm done, I feel renewed as if I had taken a nap, even better than if I had taken a nap. And you can incorporate it into your life sometimes by tying it into something you already do. Like we live out in the country, we have a hot tub on our deck, and unless I'm super late, I always go in that hot tub, and that's when I meditate now. So it's not like I hadn't had to make a new thing in my schedule. I tied it into something I already did. I know a lot of people say they kind of meditate in the shower, or they get great ideas in the shower. So find a way in your life to make that time. Speaking of time, okay, we're on time. That's good. So we're about to do a meditation together. And since we're at Unity, there's so many ways to meditate. You can try all different things until you find it. And I know some people have never felt successful at meditating, and that's okay. Just keep trying until you find what works for you. In Unity, they suggest a 5-step process. And so I just want to review it really quickly since we're here. The first step is easy. You relax. And we can relax by tuning into our breathing. And then we're going to concentrate. The second step is to concentrate. You could focus on a mantra, like breathe in peace, breathe out love, or I am divine light flowing freely. Just whatever mantra you want, you can find it there. And then after you've been doing that for a while, you get to a deeper state. This is actually the meditation state, the third state. And instead of like using words and thinking, you start feeling like you're immersed in the divine. And it's a very peaceful feeling. And the fourth step is called realization. That's when you kind of have this inner shift, a little click, and you realize that you are one with the divine at that point. You're in the flow. And the fifth step is the more practical way to come out of meditation and to connect it to your life. And that's the step of gratitude. And it's not like you're saying, thank you, in a simple way. You're saying, it is done. I know that my good is in fruition. And you feel that to the core of your being. You envision your good coming to you, and you feel gratitude for that. So I'm going to walk to the piano now. I'm going to lead us in meditation to close this time together. That was shared, or a poem that was shared by Gina at our shared leadership, and I thought it was perfect. So I'd like to start our meditation by inviting you to get comfortable. You can watch the screen, especially if you're not comfortable meditating. I highly recommend you just sort of fixate on those waves on the screen and relax. This is called a prayer to prepare for prayer, and it's by a poet named Rich Orloff. You are cordially invited to stop whatever you're doing. Let go of whatever you're thinking. Place a bookmark on whatever you're busy accomplishing and savor this moment of existence. There is no dress code. Come as you are. There is also no belief code. Come as you are. And if you wish to bring a gift, let the gift be you, unadorned by the thread-worn fabric of beliefs or the armor of your facade. Let angels usher you into a pool of reflection. Trust them as they dip you into waters. Immerse your soul in the healing bath of prayer. Prepare yourself for the sacred art of receiving. Let us take 3 breaths together. Inhale the miracle of air. Exhale the miracle of breath. Inhale as if the air is nursing you. Exhale, rejoicing that this is not your last breath. Inhale as an act of receiving. Exhale as a prayer of gratitude. Let this moment be holy. Let this moment be holy. Let this moment be holy. So as you go deeper into meditation, I'd like to play this piece for you. It's called Going Home by Doug Hammer. It's taking us back to oneness. to bring your awareness back into this space. Give a hug to yourself, even if it's just in your mind. Thank your body for bringing you here today. Be gentle and nurture yourself. And know that you are loved. Thank you.
Let's just quietly radiate our love and appreciation to Laura. If you want to just raise your hands. She's really good at feeling the quiet energy. Thank you, Laura. I feel that Laura is a clear demonstration that this is a place of spirit, as are you. I'm going to begin our offering. As you gather your offering, I'd like to do something a little different. And this is in honor of something that happened at our board meeting, the last board meeting, in which a wonderful board trustee made a couple of observations. She said, first of all, we are looking at a situation where, like last year when we had to raise $25,000 to put on a roof, to meet our budget this year, we're going to need to raise about $25,000 over what our general giving trend is. And then this board member said, but you know what? Here at Unity, we don't like to talk about money. That was her observation. And so I'd like to make an observation in response to her observation. And first of all, I would say, yeah, I've looked at the budget, and she's right about the $25,000. As a matter of fact, I looked 10 years ago before the pandemic, and our budget was $278,000. Now, 10 years later, our budget is $238,000. So how did we manage to do that with inflation and everything that's gone over 10 years? A lot of frugality. We've been masters of that. But that only gets you so far. And then the second thing, well, I'd just like to say that, well, the reason why, it's not just, the $25,000 is not just because we've been trying to cut back and there's inflation, but there are just things that we need to do here. We need to support our new growing ministerial path of Laura. And we need to support our, this facility, and we have a number of major expenses like our HVAC system, and we need to support education program here. And so there's things that we need to do. So the other thing is we just need to look at what she said about the us not wanting to talk about money. And my response is, yeah, the ministerial team would rather get up here and just say, we love you, we bless you, thank you for giving, and just leave it to God and leave it to Spirit. And that's what us ministers like to do. I'm sorry. We don't want to talk about money. But as I sat there and listened to that board and what they're carrying, this board, and what they're looking at, and I just think, it takes a lot of gumption to do what they're planning, which is to ask this community to stand together and do that this year. And so what I want to say to them is, I'm going to support you as best I can in that goal. I truly honor the weight that you carry as our board. And I hope that you all will join me in looking at this as not a bill to pay, but as a way to grow what we love. And with that, let's do our blessing together. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have and all that I give and all that I receive. I give in love and I trust God. And so it is. And I'm just going to say, you are beautiful. You are truly beautiful. And Laura, oh my gosh, you're pretty cute too.
Speaking of Laura, I'm so glad that Laura asked me if I knew this version of this song. There's a very beautiful rendition of a medley of songs that I have loved my whole life by the Hawaiian artist Israel Kamakawiwo'ole. And you might have heard it as well, but I think it's one of the most moving covers of these songs that exists in the world. I'm so excited to do it with you all. Thank you.
Where trouble melts like you'll find me somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, and the dreams that you dare to, why, oh why can't I?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Thank you so much, Unity Music Team. Thank you, Laura. Thank you all very much. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to finally do that cover.
So this is a time when we just kind of bless the energy that flows through us. Money is just a way to share our energy in tangible form. And so your blessing this community is your divine energy flowing collectively and creating a difference. Each of us are sharing our divine energy in different ways, and that is what's creating this incredible web of divine beauty here at Unity. So let's just bless these gifts, knowing that they are doing the will, the work, the way of Spirit in this world. What a gift that is. Thank you, Spirit. Amen. And let's just take a moment to appreciate, send our gratitude out, as Laura talked about, that the ending process of meditation and the ending process of this service is just feeling our gratitude wash out to every person who's collectively making a difference in all corners of this building right now and being part of this service in whatever way we contribute. And we like to honor and bless a specific group or individual. In this moment, we've been having a number of memorial services, and that just brings to mind, if you look in your bulletin, not the Sunday bulletin, but the monthly bulletin, there is a special spotlight on a few individuals who come here when there's a memorial or a celebration, particularly Geneva Miller and Lynn Sanset, just sort of the core of that team. And they just show up and help out and make sure that those special moments in time here at Unity have wonderful refreshments and that supportive family feeling. So if we can just feel our gratitude going out to Geneva, to Lynn, and everybody who has been flowing into that place of service that we need here. So just thank you for that. And I'd like to recognize those who are chaplains. Would you stand? I always make you stand. Stand up, please. Yes. If you'd like to get some prayer, sit down with some very high radiating spirits and just sit in prayer together, you can do that. What else do I need to say? Just how about I love you. I love you. So let's rise, sing our song of prayer. Not prayer, well, sing our song of peace and prayer and joy.